is First Coast Living.
Hello and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm David Benfield. These are the guys from Bella Vista. We are not going to waste any time. We're just going to jump right into the show. I have been waiting for this forever. We're right here in the Winn-Dixie kitchen, brought to you by Winn-Dixie, built by ProCraft Cabinetry. And look, these are the guys, I'm telling you, all week we've been staring at the calendar and we're like, Thursday, just bring it to Thursday. Can we get it to Thursday? So, Paolo, Giovanni, good to see you, gentlemen. Here, let's start out with getting some wine.
Buongiorno, Jacksonville.
That's
Let's start in style. Cheers.
Salute,
Thanks for having us.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for being here.
All right,
now
so
the formalities are out of the way. What are we doing?
we got a nice pappardelle bolognese here.
Yes.
This is like probably one of my favorite recipes that we do. I learned this when on a very young age when I was doing culinary school in Italy. And it's not as simple as the other recipe that I brought here in the past, like because like this takes 4.5 hours to slowly braise like the bolognese. The pappardelle, it's a nice fresh pasta that's like actually like pretty good and does a very good like pairing with the sauce.
Yeah, it grows
And pretty
That's
much.
my favorite. When doing bolognese, it's either orecchietta or pappardelle are my two favorites.
Sometimes rigatoni too comes pretty good. Like like there is like different option. That's like probably like what I prefer best, the pappardelle.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we got we got like a little sauce on top. You cannot miss. Like,
I'm not scared of that. Look at this.
Sauce. All done. We're gonna top it with some fresh ricotta.
Yes.
I have you down over here. There you go.
Yeah, they're here.
Thank you, sir.
And we like it to top with a little fresh Parmesan as well.
Yo, and this
There you go.
is the kind of stuff you're gonna get when you go to Bella Vista. It's amazing. Look at this. It's a beautiful.
Pretty much like that's how we serve it at the restaurant as well. Like I was saying, like it's a recipe that's not as simple because it takes a long time to cook it.
I was just about to say. So tell me, why do we take 4 hours to simmer all this stuff
So
down?
like pretty much the sauce has to release like all the flavor inside. Like you start with put olive oil in a pan with celery, carrots, and onion. You saute that, and then after that you put like ground beef. This recipe is 100% ground beef, and it's smoked with a little red wine. After you smoke it with red wine, you put like your ground beef in there. You put like your tomato sauce, and then like you let it slowly braise like for about 4.5 hours. And then like you cook your pasta, you put it on, and like you mix it all together, getting all together.
So this is one of the things that I actually do know how to do, and fairly well. Right. So it's one of those things though that when you invite people over to make bolognese and stuff, and like it's been simmering for 4 hours, right? And you're like,
Exactly.
It's cool. I love it though. I like how long it takes, and the end product is just simply amazing. Okay, so let's move on. What do we have?
All right, we have new menu items. Pizza, which is a Roman-style pizza.
Okay.
Very airy, crispy on the outside, kind of soft on the inside over here, and has a high hydration, about 80%. Because in Fruit Cove, we're no longer doing New York style pizza.
Okay.
We're gonna come up because our customers are texting us all over and say, why you not doing it? No, we're gonna still do it, but we're gonna reach out to all the good customers that we have and bring it back probably once a week, once a month. We're gonna dedicate a day for that. And on top of that, we have our carbonara that we made here that officially made it on our regular.
Oh, right on. So it's on the menu now.
It's on the menu, yes.
Few changes, come and check us out.
Yeah.
Fruit Cove and Jack's Beach. Here we have our prosciutto di Parma pizza, one of our staple, very light, Italian flags, imported prosciutto di Parma. And here I'm about to make a bella nice pizza.
In the meantime, like, dig
I'm
in.
not afraid. Let me get some of this.
We're cracking our burrata. This burrata is a fresh mozzarella with heart of ricotta, cream inside. It's delicious, very authentic, made in Puglia. And we import it straight from Italy. It's on our appetizer right here. So come and check us out.
Oh my God, y'all. Dang it. Hold on.
Pizza's pretty good as
It's
well.
ridiculous, man. You guys are so amazing. And one of the things that I do dig about Bella Vista, guys, is the hospitality that you see and like the camaraderie that we have here. It's the same thing that you're going to experience when you go out to either of their locations. So make sure that you do go out there and give us the address for both of them.
So we got the location in Fruit Cove, 54 East Road 13, and then we got the one in Jacks Beach, 311 3rd Street North. We are there waiting for everybody to come visit us, and like we are proud of making our dish and have everybody enjoying it.
And it shows, man. I'm telling you what. You guys do an exceptional job. So when we come back, we're going to get another segment with my guys here. We're going to talk about the wine, and we're going to talk about dessert. Look at that beautifulness. I'll be taking a bite of that in a bit. But for now, gentlemen, I got to go take a walk.
All
I'll
right.
see you guys in just a bit. Great job, gentlemen.
Perfect.
Perfect job. All right, let's take a walk, guys. Who's looking for something sweet to eat every day is National Donut Day at Peace Love and Little Donuts, and we're joined by owner Jennifer Goodrich. Jennifer, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks
All right.
for having me.
Listen, I'm going from delicious to delicious. Let's talk about it. Come on. Okay, so when is National Donut Day?
Okay, so National Donut Day is celebrated the first Friday of June every year.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's backtrack just a bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your business first. So tell us a little bit about Peace Love and Little Donuts.
Yeah, so Peace, Love, and Little Donuts, we opened November 2022. We are right in the heart of St. Augustine, right at the plaza where the lights
great.
are by the Bridge of Lions.
Oh, right on.
Steps away from Flagler College, which is my alma mater. So really happy to be in the downtown St. Augustine community.
I dig it. It's a beautiful spot. Okay, so how did this all begin?
Yeah, so it actually was not started by a company. Most holidays seem to be, backed by companies. This was actually a more heartwarming story.
Oh,
it was
okay, cool.
it started back in 1938 and by the Salvation Army.
Oh, wow.
So yes, so back during the war, the troop morale was really low, and what better way to brighten your day than something sweet to eat?
Some donuts.
Or a glass of wine, but donuts help too. So
Donuts are probably better than more.
So basically, this group of Salvation Army volunteers went over to help at the front lines by, helping them with mending their clothes and just providing sweet treats.
That's
and some of the Salvation Army, they had limited supplies, so they started frying donuts. And then it was obviously brought back here to the U.S. So in 1938 is when it all kind of started.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I know.
That's a pretty interesting history. I like that it wasn't that like National Donut Day wasn't just created by like a big conglomerate to sell
Exactly.
donuts.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
It's a heartwarming story, and I love it. With our business name being Peace, Love, and Little Donuts,
Yeah.
those are all three great things. And so I just love that it's literally a heartwarming story.
Absolutely.
So we
So-
love celebrating it.
How are you guys going to celebrate?
Yeah, so we'll be doing giveaways in our shop.
Nice.
And also, we have a local roasted coffee that we carry that's also a women-owned business. And so we're going to be giving away their coffee because what goes better with donuts than coffee?
I could not agree more.
Yeah.
Can I try some?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what should I try?
Okay, well, what's not to try? And obviously, because we're gearing up for the big birthday celebration for our country, we've got our red, white, and blue sprinkles. So we love to do that
Let's do it.
for
Which
different
one is this
holidays. That's our birthday cake. I was going to tell you to try that one.
Okay,
I think
I will.
that is our chocolate chip pancake. It's our maple frosting, which is my absolute favorite, with our chocolate chips on it. Yeah, and it goes great after some delicious Italian food.
It really does, actually. The last thing I tasted was wine, and this
Yeah,
goes really well
isn't
with
it
that wine.
perfect?
It actually
Yeah.
does really well.
Chocolate, yeah.
Chocolate and red wine. God, this is really delicious.
I know,
All
yeah.
right, so tell us where your shop is.
So we're at 12 Cathedral Place, right downtown St. Augustine on the plaza, and we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till between 8 and 9 p.m. on weekends, so all day long. And we make them fresh all day long. So, yeah. And what's great about them, they're easy to eat. Just a couple bites and that's it. You don't have to spend days or, need silverware. So it's super easy just
Too
to
big.
pop these in. Yeah. Yeah, good. And
too big
I
of a
brought you
bite.
a water too, so this is great.
I really do appreciate that. I got it over my head.
But yeah, so.
See, this is when you're riding solo, where you're like, Jordan, look where she go. All right, one more time. Give me the details. Where do we find you? Where do we find you
Yes.
online as well?
So you can find us every day, but definitely make sure you stop by tomorrow for National Donut Day. We're open at 8 a.m. And we're open 7 days a week. Pretty much all day. We actually make these donuts fresh all day. I don't even have to get there super early in the morning because we make everything on demand. So we serve fresh donuts all day, every day.
That's rad.
Yes. It
Donuts on demand.
Yes, over 70 options.
Aren't
So
you
I'm going to
amazing?
leave these rests for you.
Thank you very
so
much.
Can snack on them throughout the day.
Jennifer, thank you so very much,
Thanks
guys.
for
Get
having
out to
me.
Peace, Love, and Little Donuts. But stick around because coming up, the good people from Island Theater will be stopping by to tell us about their upcoming show, The Prince of Egypt. Hey, guys. Plus, let your best Ric Flair. Whoo! We've almost made it to the weekend, and we're going to have a look at your weekend events coming up later in Winner of the Weekend.
When it comes to home, more is always better. Right now, during Bear's Buy More, Save More event, save 40% off, plus get even more when you buy more. Spend $1,000 to $24.99 and take an extra 10% off. Spend up to $49.99 and take an extra 15% off. Spend $5,000 or more and take an extra 20% off. Always with the best prices guaranteed. Bear's, quality furnishings and interior design.
How's dinner coming along?
It's coming along. Hey, how was practice today? Great, I scored 2 goals.
You wouldn't mount a ceiling fan on the floor, just like you wouldn't have anyone but Morgan & Morgan handle your injury case. Morgan & Morgan.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tremfya.
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
Tremfya can help with symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years.
Some had visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tremfya.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Domino! Well, look at that, another win for me. Since you're new here, I'll give you another chance. That's how they roll on Hard Rock Bet. If you don't win money on your first day, then you get to try again.
Introducing games powered by Pass Motor Racing. Start betting with 20 cents anywhere in Florida 24/7.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Win money your first 24 hours or get a games bonus back up to $100.
Well, Bathfitter, where I used to live, had some neighbors, and they had some Bathfitter vans in the driveway, and so I kind of looked it up and saw what they were. And it's a one-day shower install. I had a tub conversion, so they tore the old tub out, tore everything out, which leaves a fairly big space for a stand-up shower. Their installers are very meticulous, friendly. They respect your house, and it's so professional.
Get no interest and no payments and no money down for 18 months.
Stealing a man's land, that's just wrong. But Burt Jones voted to make it easier for the government to take private property and give it to developers. They call it eminent domain. You know what I call it? A total crock. Burt Jones voted to let government steal my land and give it to fat cat developers. That's not just corrupt, that's disqualifying. I will not support Burt Jones.
If you're thinking about retirement, you might be asking yourself a lot of questions. Have I saved enough? What about taxes, inflation, healthcare? Well, Bob Horn of New Venture Financial Group has the strategies that you need to help plan for your retirement. Don't miss Retirement Perspectives with Bob Horn.
Welcome back, everybody. Get ready to be transported back to the time of the pharaohs with the Island Theater's production of The Prince of Egypt. Here to tell us all about it are cast members Brandon Flack and Lexi Berkeley. Hello, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate your time, guys. Okay, so tell us about the show and about your characters.
So The Prince of Egypt is obviously back in the time of the pharaohs. It follows the story from the book of Exodus from the Bible. But it's an adaptation of the 1998 DreamWorks movie.
Oh, right on.
Animated movie. So my character is Moses. He is a Hebrew man that when he was a baby, it was a time of great oppression of his people. His mother placed him in the Nile, hoping to find him a safe place to be. He ends up arriving in the home of the Pharaoh and is raised Egyptian. Throughout his journey, he finds out that he is Hebrew, ends up leaving, coming back, and is charged by God to free his people from that oppression.
Right, okay, and then what character do you play?
I play Zipporah, who ultimately becomes the wife of Moses, but her story starts first when she's taken captive as a prisoner of war by the Pharaoh, and she's forced to become a slave to actually his brother, Prince Ramses. But she escapes. She's a fiery one. And then she returns to her homeland, ultimately ends up reuniting with Moses, falls in love with him this time, and becomes his wife and a pivotal support on his journey to free his people.
Very cool. Sounds like an amazing show. So what's special about this version, though?
So like we talked about, it was adaptation of the DreamWorks movie, but Stephen Schwartz, he adds a couple of extra songs and really dives into the potential emotions that each of those characters would have during this incredible journey.
So kind of make a little bit more mature, I would think, right? Than a DreamWorks production.
Absolutely.
Right? So we're going to delve into a little bit more grown-up themes and stuff, right?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so let me ask you a little bit of a personal question. So what's each one of you, your favorite part of the show?
Ooh. My favorite part of the show, it's in a number called When You Believe.
Okay.
It's at a moment where Moses has really lost his faith in himself, and he's in a dark place. And his sister Miriam and I are doing our best to try to cheer him up, and it's not really working until a young girl comes onto the stage and she raises her hands and sings in worship. And ultimately, it's witnessing the faith of a young girl and the pureness of her heart that is what lifts Moses up out of the darkness, and it brings me to tears every single time. It's so
that's awesome. That's great. It's powerful. What about you?
So mine is during the song The Plagues. It is another pivotal moment where the bond between Moses and Ramesses, his Egyptian brother, is really torn. It's when he comes back to free his people and Ramesses doesn't want to. This is when the plagues end up happening and that bond is ultimately shattered. And being able to portray that on stage is very powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let me ask you, what should parents know if they go to see the show with kids?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because we definitely do dive into some more mature elements. There's slavery, oppression, murder, of children, which sounds very dark. However, because it is a musical, we do our best to portray these things in a more metaphorical sense with dance, with lights, with theatrical elements. So absolutely nothing is portrayed in a graphic manner.
So it is cool for kids.
I would say it is still a kid-friendly
Okay, great, cool. Okay, so give me the details. Where do we get tickets? When and where is the show?
So we actually open tomorrow, and it will be tomorrow night at, I believe, 7. We go through the next 2 weeks, so it's going to be 8 shows total. You can find tickets on the islandtheater.com website, and it's very easy. It's on the homepage. You just click on Prince of Egypt, choose which day you want to go, and be there.
I love it. All right, thank you so very much for being here. I really do appreciate your time. Break all the legs.
Yes, thank
all
you.
right, have a great show, guys. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back after the break.
When the weather turns extreme, New South Window has you covered. Our replacement windows and doors are built to handle the harshest elements, even winds up to 175 miles per hour, and they're backed by a lifetime warranty. Buy 4 windows and get 4 free.
With hurricane season here, we've got everything you need to know in our Hurricane Central page. That's on firstcoastnews.com, the First Coast News app, and always streaming 24/7.
Hurricane Central, sponsored by New South Windows.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. From the very beginning, our mission was simple: to be everywhere for everyone. Today, we're the only injury law firm with lawyers in all 50 states. Wherever you are, our firm is there, with the size to win and the heart to care. Over $30 billion recovered, millions of families helped. If we don't win your case, you pay us nothing. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Attention, everybody! If I could have the floor.
Silence! We're here to talk about Bob.
Mailman Bob?
Man, I love Bob. Well, Bob doesn't love us. He's leaving.
Oh, no. This is bad. Why would he leave us? I have no idea. Stay here! Mistakes were made.
We gotta get him to stay. What else?
We need food. Human food.
What do we do now? Anyone?
We bake.
Princess, flour.
Nailed it.
It's pie time.
How could I leave you guys? See you tomorrow.
Are you crying?
Are you not?
Imagine your home totally organized. At Closets by Design, we specialize in providing affordable, custom-built storage solutions with built-ins and beyond. From walk-in closets to new laundry rooms and pantries, our experienced designers work within your budget to design a solution fit perfectly to your needs. Get 40% off plus an additional 15% with 18-month financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to get started. Let's get organized together.
Homeowners, West Shore Homes' 20th anniversary sale is here, and we're passing the savings to you. This week, get 20% off your bathroom remodel, plus 20 months of no payments and no interest financing with no money down to get started. This is your chance to finally get the bathroom you've been putting off. Call 1-800-WEST-SHORE or visit westshorebath.com now to lock in 20% off your project with 20 months of no payments, no interest financing. Don't wait. This offer won't last long.
It's Kyle's last spin on his turntable from college.
Yeah.
And the first day of Kira's new career in IT. It's the last tea party for Crystal with Miss Marshmallow.
Oh, wow.
And Sarah's first day of management training at Goodwill. When you donate items to Goodwill, you help provide skills training and career placement for people seeking to realize their potential. And the things you love get to start a new life too.
Live from the studios of First Coast News, Jordan Wilkerson
First Coast Living live.
and David Benfield.
Sounds good to me.
Well, come join us.
This is First Coast Living.
All right, guys, it is time for Window to the Weekend. We've got all kinds of fun stuff for you this weekend. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Hello, good sir.
Good to see you.
Come on in. You gonna come hang out with me?
I was busy with the Peace, Love, and Donuts. Come on.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp will be in action this weekend at VyStar Ballpark. The Shrimp will be taking on the Nashville Sounds. First pitch for Saturday is set for 6:35 p.m. and first pitch for Sunday is set for 2:05 p.m. For ticket info, head over to jaxshrimps.com. All right, we also have some soccer on the First Coast. Sporting Jacks will take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Game time is this Saturday at 7 p.m. at Hodges Stadium over at UNF campus. For ticket information, head over to sportingjacks.com. That should be pretty fun. All right. Anybody looking for a fun evening out? Well, the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens is hosting Shake, Rattle, and Roll 50s Night on Friday. Guests can enjoy live rock and roll music, classic cars, themed food and drinks, evening animal viewing, and extended hours for attractions like the Carousel and 4D Theater. It's a unique after-hours experience for the entire family. For ticket information, head over to jacksonvillezoo.org. All right. Also, remember, guys, this Saturday, June 6th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., VyStar Credit Union is hosting free Shred to Protect Day events across Florida and Georgia, giving residents a safe and secure way to dispose sensitive documents before they can be used for fraud. For more information, visit VyStar's fraud protection resources at vystarcu.org. All right, guys, get ready to hit the water. Boater Skip Day is an annual unofficial floating festival on the St. Johns River where thousands of Northeast Florida boaters ditch work to hang out at the sandbars. The massive party traditionally takes place on the first Friday of June. If you do go out there to enjoy Boater Skip Day, please be safe, be sober, and look out for one another. There's a lot of great stuff going on this weekend, so we don't want any emails talking about how Jacksonville is very boring. All right, Mike, you're up now. Come on here, man.
Let's go.
It's time for Rain or Shine with meteorologist Mike Prangley. Hello, sir.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Did you notice how cool it was this morning? Did you get outside first thing?
I noticed how cool it was starting last eve, like yesterday.
Right,
It was beautiful. I had the garage door open. I was watching the Braves game.
March weather at its finest, and we've got 2 more days. So look what we did this morning. 58 degrees was our record low. It wasn't even close. 61 was the old record set back in 1972. So
it was so gorgeous.
Yeah, we're going to keep it around since you like this so much. So here's today, low 80s. Now, Jumbo Shrimp, they've got the fireworks going on starting tomorrow night and Saturday night.
Ooh,
So the fireworks ban has been lifted along with the burn ban. So great news. Fire season should be coming to an early end this season based on all the rain we've had. So Jumbo Shrimp tonight coming out to the ballpark, mid to upper 70s, 7:05 first pitch.
It's a perfect night for
just
baseball.
Wonderful. Yeah, the humidity trend. I know you like the geeky stuff in the
I
weather.
do.
So
I actually really do. I'm a bit of a nerd.
this is cool. This is our dew point. So whenever you hear dew point, that's our true measure of humidity. Notice how we're staying in the low 60s to upper 50s today, and then we go back up to 70 by the weekend. So you know what that means. We got to seize the sunshine. Get out there the next 2 days before the heat comes back this weekend. Heat, humidity, but no rain like last weekend.
Hey, I like it.
All right, so we look at all of our dew points. They're coming up. The rain chance is coming up. Let's go right to the 10-day forecast. Drum roll, please. And there's our beautiful weekend near 90 with 85 at the beach.
My wife will be so happy.
Yeah,
Dude, she
mine
hates
too.
it when it rains.
Oh, yeah, mine too. She does not like getting wet.
Oh, Mike, thank you so very much,
Thank
good
you.
sir. I'm
Great
going to go
job.
back and hang out with the Bella Vista guys.
Okay, sounds
All right, let's
good.
go. All right, guys, we are back living in the Winn-Dixie kitchen with my dear friends from Bella Vista. I got Paolo and Giovanni. Hey, guys. Good to see you. Where's your wine?
Salud.
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 Salud. All right, so I'm gonna. Well, hang on. You have to take a sip if you choose.
Exactly.
It's just rude, right? Okay, so let's talk desserts. Let's talk wine. Let's go ahead and start with the wine since we already had some of that. So tell us a little bit about what we have here today.
All right, so that's an Amarone della Valpolicella. It's 2018, so it's a 8-year-old wine. 8-year-old wine.
That's crazy.
And it's actually like a very good wine. Like as you can taste, like it's very rich, but like not too heavy.
No, it's drinkable.
And at the same time, like it releases like so many flavor like in your mouth when you're drinking it. While we are talking about dessert, like Paolo would like to open the burrata to show it. And I'm gonna just walk you through like a little the dessert.
Just so you know, the winemaker from that winery is coming into Jacksonville, and we do have wine dinner event. We do cooking classes, mozzarella classes. They're all coming up soon. So follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, that way you can keep up with you guys. Because the guys, Deanna Testa, who was here yesterday, right? They do a cooking class with the guys here, and so that one is sold out though. But check, if you follow social media with them and stuff like that, you'll be able to get maybe to the next one. All right, so burrata. Tell us about it.
Burrata is a creamy mozzarella that has the art of ricotta cheese, like creamy on the inside, very popular in Puglia, South Italy.
That's delicious.
And all over Italy, actually, right now. Not just in Puglia. Puglia is probably the place that was born, but now it's all over now. In the U.S., it's very, very popular.
I saw it in Rome. I saw it in Napoli.
Yeah.
I see it everywhere, right?
Yeah, and now like it's very big burrata, like all over the place.
And then you've got a caprese salad?
We got a caprese salad, that's like our icon, like secret, like very good fresh mozzarella, like a tomato standard, like you need a little basil for flavor, salt and pepper, olive oil, and other balsamic glaze. Can't go wrong with that.
It's one of my favorite things to eat because it's just so simple and delicious.
Simple, light, and refreshing. Like like especially in the summer, the best.
Yeah, it doesn't weigh you down and stuff.
Yeah.
Like our bolognese, but I like being weighed down by the bolognese, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll eat all that and be like, I just love it.
I want more.
Baby. Okay, so let's talk about some of these desserts. These are crazy cool.
All right, so we got like 4 different desserts today. We got our limoncello mascarpone cake, which like on the bottom it's a sponge cake with like a limoncello like cream on top.
So good, dang.
We got the ricotta pistachio cake, which like has like a layer of pistachio, a layer of ricotta, and then like has like the cake part on top with the pistachio on the outside and powdered sugar on it. This is our classic. That's like.
Whoa, that's silly.
This is one of my favorite yet. Our tiramisu, very good as well. And then like the cannoli, it's an icon for Italian cuisine, for Italian food. So like we can never like go anywhere without our cannoli.
Yo, I'm hitting this again. Hold on. Golly.
So it's not even sweet, like it's so like
no,
soft,
it's not. It's
airy,
not like
like it's not overpowering with sugar.
But it's
like
airy and it's delicious.
Yeah, it's like
wow,
light.
Dude, that doesn't suck even a little bit, man.
So next, like we go like with our wine. So like Today, like what I brought, like it's our Brunello. So like Brunello is my favorite wine. Like what we're drinking, it's an Amarone, which is my second favorite.
Okay.
But like in my heart, like Brunello is like has like a spot in my heart. So
Okay.
this is our Brunello Matte, which is a 2020 vintage, and it's like actually has like a little cherry like flavor coming in, like when you're drinking it, and you
Yeah.
can taste kind of like leather, like like it's like very like unique.
And you know what's interesting, when we're talking about wine, if you were to say like to other items, you'd be like, well, it's kind of leathery. You'd be like, dude. But with wine, you're like, oh, right on. Yeah, man.
And we got another Brunello right here, which like this one, it's a 2009 La Gerla Brunello, which like, like it's like being in 2026, it's over a 15 years old wine, like, like sometimes like, it doesn't like hold very good, but Brunello tend to hold very good, like even for like 15, 20 years.
That's crazy.
barrel.
That's amazing. All right, guys, I really do appreciate you being here today. During the break, I'm going to have to take down this bolognese as fast as I can because I'm telling you, it is just calling my name and screaming at me. So make sure that you get out here and hang out with the boys from Bella Vista. They have the Fruit Cove and the Beaches location, so make sure that you go and check out either one of those. You will not be disappointed. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back after the break.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah.
When it comes to home, more is always better. Right now, during Bear's Buy More, Save More event, save 40% off, plus get even more when you buy more. Spend $1,000 to $24.99 and take an extra 10% off. Spend up to $49.99 and take an extra 15% off. Spend $5,000 or more and take an extra 20% off. Always with the best prices guaranteed. Bear's, quality furnishings and interior design.
Running your first 5K? Hard. His first day behind the wheel? Little bumpy. Choosing a name for your first? Not easy. Progressive understands first times can be challenging. It's why we created the Up Payment Program, down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Because first times are easier with a little help. Learn more at progressive.com/openthehouse.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We built this firm to be everywhere for everyone. We built this firm for you. Today, we have over 1,100 lawyers across all 50 states, a staff of 7,000, so there is someone there for you 24/7. When you're hurting, it shouldn't be a matter of where you live. You deserve someone to fight for you. When you need us, our firm will be there. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Liberal losers whine about rich guys paying more taxes. That's fine, I can handle it. But when they hurt working families, it really pisses me off. Unlike career politicians, I don't owe anybody anything. That's why I'll freeze property taxes and cut the income tax in half, or I won't run again. You don't get rich by wasting money, and so help me God, I'll never let government waste yours.
You're gonna want to sit down for this one.
The NBA Finals are here, and now you call the shots.
Look at this. Now you can set your own lines on Hard Rock Bet.
Set your own line on points, rebounds, assists, and more, and see your payout change as you slide. Points too low? It's the finals. Turn it up.
20 points? Nah. Let's make this a meta 30-piece, meta 40-piece, meta 50-piece.
Plus, new customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win.
A new docuseries from executive producers Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos pits desperate homeowners against manipulative occupants in a shocking and emotional battle to reclaim their properties. And I'm so excited because they're joining me now to tell us all about it. So great to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us. And you got to tell us about the new series, Squatters. Get the F out of my house.
You say it with the same zeal, Jordan, that I do. That it's right there in the title. The reason we called the show Get the F Out of My House is because it is a refrain. If you've seen the series at all, in all 6 episodes, it is a refrain that these very frustrated homeowners use over and over again because they are so frustrated attempting to remove attempting to remove a criminal from their property.
That's right.
A person committing multiple felonies over the course of weeks and months.
And even the one in the Florida episode that we have, oftentimes when the squatters realize it's time to go, they are very vindictive and they destroy the homes on the way out. And I can't think of anything worse than first of all, being violated by someone not paying rent and illegally taking possession of your home, but on the way out, just having that much carelessness and want to take revenge on you to destroy your home. So we watch it and we found these stories. And we just couldn't believe how often and how prevalent this is, not just in our state of New York or neighboring states of New Jersey, but all over the country. And I think that the takeaway would be, if you are going to take in a roommate to fill in a room that you haven't leased yet or need some extra money to just cover the expenses, be really, really careful of who you let into your house. Be really, really careful when you're selling your house to make sure you check on your house when it's empty, that people haven't moved in and are renting out your house. I could not believe that people actually would just take possession of a house that was being sold, and it's so hard to get these people out.
Gosh, and it's so crazy because it seems like the law sometimes tends to be on their side.
That's what I keep saying. It's the audacity that the law seems to be protecting the squatter more than the homeowner. Right. And, basically all the squatter has to say is, no, I'm the homeowner. And that's basically like, oh, well, right. Then it's a civil matter. There's nothing we can do.
And then it will get sorted out in the courts, but that's months of eviction court and lawyers' fees. And a lot of times these squatters just want to be paid to leave. So you'll find that they've done this to other people. Like the magic word is like, all right, I'll give you 10 grand, just leave.
Oh man, that's so scary. Episode 5 is in Jacksonville. So what can you tell us about it?
I mean, this poor woman, these people took possession of her house. She waited, 36 days on the sidewalk? Filming.
She was filming that, like, she was not a shrinking violet.
Wow.
She was not going away quietly. She was not going to be somebody that was going to go into civil court. And she literally set up shop in front of her home, filming them.
And what's interesting is that when they confronted them initially, the person, instead of saying, "Hey, this is not your house. You're not supposed to be here." Most people, if you're innocent, like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I leased this home and
I leased this home
and let's get to the bottom of it." Oh, no. You can tell right away that how defensive this person was. And Patty, I think Patty Peoples is the owner. She's like, she could tell right away that this person was well-versed in the law, well-versed in getting defensive, and got back in that house and shut the door. And she knew she was in trouble. She knew she was in trouble.
Ooh, man, I cannot wait to see it. When and where can we watch?
On Hulu, all 6 episodes drop on June 4th. I defy you just to be able to just watch one episode. You're just going to continue on through.
It's very bingeable.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. Great job. And everyone at home, if you would like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.
The pain was just excruciating. It would bring me to tears.
Running just means a lot to me. My feet just really, I was in pain.
And it hurt so terribly in my heels, I started walking like a T-Rex.
I couldn't continue. I needed to go to the Good Feet store.
And I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. She said, just try them on.
I thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Now that I have the Good Feet arch support, running is great.
This is the arch support for me.
I'm just telling you, I am grateful. I mean, it's real.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. Tremfya can help with remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years. Some had visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
If you like Brian Kemp, you're going to love Rick Jackson.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine.
Yeah, he's a donor.
Well,
right?
yeah, he's a donor. He's got a great story, and I've kind of felt like for really 2 years now that race is right for a political outsider, especially somebody that could self-fund.
Rick Jackson, a conservative outsider who will make Georgia proud, just like Brian Kemp.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine. He's got a great story.
My new book, Unbreakable Investor, is transforming investors' results, and it could do the same for you.
This book helped me beat the market by a large margin.
Charles showed me how to double my rate of return.
My account has grown at a rate I didn't even think was possible.
Too many folks settle for tiny single-digit returns while others make so much more. My new book shows you the simple investing strategy I've used for decades to enjoy both peace of mind and superior results like these, even in the most challenging times.
Thanks to Charles, I went from being a teacher to a full-time investor.
In my first year of investing, I nearly doubled the funds that I'm managing.
You need this book.
Text me now, and you'll receive an exclusive link to access your copy of Unbreakable Investor today for free.
To claim your free copy of Unbreakable Investor, text the word cash to 505-505. It's Charles Payne's gift to you. Text cash to 505-505 to get your free copy. Text cash to 505-505 now.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Hiring Shakespeare to help you write your breakup text? That's a power move. Hiring America's largest injury law firm for your injury? That's also a power move.
Swipe it right.
Morgan & Morgan, for thepeople.com.
I'm out here on the Trout River with Officer Wakehoff, and he's with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, and he's going to tell us all about what they do to help keep our areas all kinds of pristine for us to enjoy all the cool outdoor activities that we love so much here on the First Coast. So, hey man, thank you so much for having me out. You know, you're having me out here, I promise you. So, hey man, first things first, what is the mission for FWC?
Sure, so we are state law enforcement officers. However, our primary goal is protecting fish, wildlife, and the habitats that they live in, as well as making sure that the environment of the people that want to experience that fish and wildlife is safe for everybody.
Nice, and so how exactly do you go about achieving that goal?
Sure, so like today, we're gonna be patrolling on the water, proactively conducting fisheries inspections, making sure people have the right size fish or obeying the state law, as well as on the lookout for folks that are driving their boats a little bit
recklessly or being dangerous and stuff like that?
Of course, 100%.
Okay, so what about taking care of all the cool critters that call home around here, right? You guys also help to protect those as well, right?
100%. So the state has a bunch of rules and regulations for how we can interact with wildlife, and our job, and we're the only ones in the state, FWC officers are out enforcing those, making sure that everybody is following those rules.
Nice, very cool. All right, so what if, for example, there are like hurt animals, say a manatee, things like that? Do you guys go and help with that?
Sure, we definitely can. We actually have units across the state that all the time are rescuing wildlife, especially manatees that are either struck by vessels or any sort of issues. And it's definitely one of our core missions.
Okay, so there was a long time ago I worked in a newsroom, and we got a call where this guy had a huge rattlesnake in his backyard. And he's like, I'm about to go out there and kill it. And I'm like, no, call FWC first. So he called FWC, and then tell the folks what happens next.
So, sure. So, in a lot of situations, an officer can come out and help any sort of conflict between people and wildlife and provide some solutions. A lot of times it may just be getting that snake to go into a different place.
Right.
But that is definitely one of the outcomes, for sure.
That's very, very cool. All right, so let's get a little personal, man.
Sure.
Why did you decide to become an officer?
So I wanted to be in law enforcement growing up. I remember going on Halloween dressing up as a JSO officer with a plastic gun and a plastic badge. And then I've always hunted and fished. And so since I was a child, I've had a passion for the outdoors. So FWC is this perfect opportunity to combine my passion with my career goals and of protecting wildlife and being a law enforcement officer in the state, and I've really enjoyed it.
That's cool. All right, so if you had one thing to leave the folks with at home, you know, like one great piece of advice or like whatever for those folks, what would that be?
It would be to go outdoors, experience what Jacksonville and our great area has to offer, and have fun.
That's awesome. You ready to get on the water?
Of course.
Let's do it, man.
We're just gonna pull alongside to do a quick fisheries inspection. Great. Lifetime license, perfect. And your boater safety card, is that what that is? Awesome. In the green, excellent. All right, and no fish on board. Ready to
Quick and
catch some
easy,
fish.
right?
That's
So
it.
it's nothing to be afraid of. You got everything
100%.
you're looking for. You're going to be in and out, and that took like less than 3 minutes.
Yep, and if anyone is curious on what equipment they need on board, you can always go to myfwc.com, search boating safety, and it'll outline based on your vessel, what type vessel you have, or where you're at, what safety equipment you need.
Very cool. All right, let's go see what else we can do.
Yeah, let's do it.
I am at the new Paint and Nail Bar in Jax Beach with the owners, Christy and Donna. First of all, thank you for having me and congratulations.
Thank you so much for coming. We're so excited to have you.
Yes, and thank you.
Thank you.
I can already tell this is gonna be a really fun spot. It's beautiful when you walk in, and the one thing I notice is it doesn't smell like a traditional nail salon. So I think that's really nice for people who that kind of bothers, right? So tell us a little bit about your business and why you started it.
Well, Donna and I have been friends for almost 30 years.
Really?
Well, we met when we were
like
two.
Exactly. I love how they both said that at the same time. I think you've been practicing that.
But we have been in the beauty business, her in skincare, and me kind of on the luxury tech side for a long time. And for about 10 years, we've been talking about, you know, we need to do something together. And we came across Paint. It is a franchise based out of Sarasota. And when I moved to the beach 2 years ago, I started to think about what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in your body. And there's just a lot of toxicity in nail polish and nail products, and everything that we use in Paint Nail Bar is non-toxic. So that's why you don't have the smell.
That's so fabulous. And why did you want to bring this to the area? Because they're not really many places like this, right?
We haven't found really any place that offers what we offer. And we think we have the best nail techs in the business. In fact, we know we do.
That's right.
Absolutely. So, you know, you will end up with not just hot nails, but healthy nails, which is our goal.
And that's a big deal because I do know a lot of people who do get their nails done, they constantly say, I need to give them a break. I need to give them a break. Because they're not using the right stuff.
Absolutely, and we can help somebody that needs a break. We have IBS, which is a great treatment for somebody that maybe has had acrylics on and have the ridges in the nails. We can help get their nails healthier, and then you can shop and have a little mimosa.
Okay,
and, you know,
that's the next thing.
Not just about nails.
Right. Tell us a little bit about what all is offered here.
So, you know what, we want it to be an experience, right? Because most times you go in, you have your nails done, you choose a color, you maybe sit on the phone the whole time, you don't engage, you don't enjoy. Not so here. You're gonna engage and you're gonna enjoy. So it's not just about nails. We have beautiful clothing, we do facials as well. So it's a whole day experience. Bring your friends, bring your family, and come and spend the day with us.
I love that. I mean, the first thing I noticed when I walked in, I was like, oh, you have clothing, you have jewelry, you have like little knickknacks, stuff for the dog and cat parents. Giftables. It's great because I'm the kind of girly girl that would totally want to hang out here and look forward to, because I also know a lot of people who are like, I gotta get my nails. I'm like, that's how you feel? I love nail day.
It should not be a chore. It should be fun. Absolutely. So it's gonna be fun here.
Okay, so tell everyone why they should come.
Well, first you better book soon because our books are getting really, really full.
Yeah.
But I think just to come and see what we're doing here, and I think you'll have such a great experience that you'll find your new home.
That's right.
And we hope you just have a really fun time because I get to work with my best friend every day, and I can't think of anything more fun than that.
I think that's fabulous. So tell everyone where you're located and how they can book. Can they go online, things like that?
They can go online, and we're located at 730 Beach Boulevard. So if you know where the Beach Bowl is, we're just east of the Beach Bowl. We love them. They've been great neighbors. And you can follow us on Instagram at Paint Jacks Beach, and you can definitely book from there as well.
All right. Again, congratulations, ladies. This is really, I know this is going to do well here. I can already tell. And you both are so fantastic. So thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
Come back and visit us soon.
Oh, definitely. And if you'd like to see this interview again, everyone, just head to First Coast News Plus.
A new fulfillment index takes a deeper look at what it really means to age well, and it's far more than just physical health. Many older adults lack connection, purpose, and more. So joining us now is President of CenterWell, Dr. Sanjay Shetty, to tell us more and provide solutions. Doctor, thank you very much for your time this morning. The idea of the golden years sounds comforting, but is that image still realistic for many older Americans today?
You know, I think for a long time we've made the assumption that as you get older, being healthy means that you're happy. But our new research is helping to find that actually older adults see well-being differently. There are many physical, societal, psychological effects that can actually be challenges to older adults' well-being, and that's what we've focused on in our research today.
All right, doctor, so tell us more about this new fulfillment index and what it reveals.
Yeah, so at CenterWell, our job is to help older adults lead healthier, happier lives, including right where you are in Jacksonville. And we wanted to learn more about the people that we're serving. And so we did research over multiple years with thousands of patients to build what we're calling the CenterWell Fulfillment Index, which shows us what truly shapes well-being as we age. And the big headline is that only about 54% of seniors age 62 or older feel fulfilled. And as we started to dig into what that was, we saw that although physical health was important, it was not the top driver. We actually saw a couple of other things like purpose, emotional stability, connection, comfort. These were all things that were really important in how older adults experience their lives.
All right, we often assume if someone's physically healthy, that they're doing well overall, right? So why is that too simplistic when it comes to aging?
You know, it's a great point. You know, I think a lot of times we focus on physical health or mobility because they're so visible, they're so obvious to us. But we often miss is everything else that is going on below the surface. And so what's really important is that we think beyond just length of life and actually focus on quality of life. We want people to not just live longer, but live longer well. So what's so exciting about the Fulfillment Index is it's giving us the language and the measurement to talk about what really matters to older adults as they age. And so the goal really has to be to look at all of these things, help us remove challenges and barriers, to invest in the things that will help older adults reach fulfillment.
Okay, so beyond physical health, how important are things like purpose, connection, and independence, you know, in shaping day-to-day well-being?
All of those things are so, so important. As we help people live longer, we need to shift away from just sort of focusing on treating illness to help people live well on their own terms. And so what our Fulfillment Index research showed was that there are a lot of things that are very important. First, it's what matters to you in the moment. It's how you're feeling your emotions, like emotional stability and self-contentment. And underneath that were other things that are so important. It's where you draw your strength. Things like a sense of purpose, external validation, optimism, gratitude, and spirituality. These were all the things that really mattered to older adults as they age. And so from a medical standpoint, what we're looking forward to is the idea that we can use fulfillment as almost an early warning sign, a chance to look beyond just clinical results like lab results or vital signs, to almost use it as an early warning sign, a chance to talk to older adults about what really matters to them.
Gotcha. Okay, so for folks at home, what's one simple step that they can take today to help themselves or a loved one feel more fulfilled? Excuse me.
Yeah, so really important. First off, would love for people to just engage in this conversation, right? Ask the older adults in your life, family members, other loved ones, about what really matters to them. And of course, if you want to learn more, we really encourage you to come visit us at www.centerwell.com/CWFI, where we put a lot of information about this Fulfillment Index for you to be able to learn more.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. We really do appreciate your time. And guys at home, if you want to watch this segment again or others like it, just head over to First Coast News Plus.
When it comes to home, more is always better. Right now, during Bear's Buy More, Save More event, save 40% off, plus get even more when you buy more. Spend $1,000 to $24.99 and take an extra 10% off. Spend up to $49.99 and take an extra 15% off. Spend $5,000 or more and take an extra 20% off. Always with the best prices guaranteed. Bear's, quality furnishings and interior design.
Here at Renewal by Andersen, you can replace your windows and doors right now. And for this month only, we have the financing everyone wants. Top 3 answers on the board: show me no money down, show me no monthly payments, show me no interest. This month, you get all 3 for an entire year. Good luck finding that anywhere else.
It's true.
And you know what else is true? Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand in the United States. And trust is everything. Renewal by Andersen has earned this trust by standing behind each job with the nation's best warranty. Our windows simply last longer, and we know it. How? Because we build them and we install them. Here at Renewal by Andersen, we value homegrown talent. Your local design consultants, measure technicians, certified master installers, and customer service team are all going to give you the best home improvement experience you've ever had. But let's be clear, you're not going to get these at a big box store. Even contractors can't get them. The only way you're going to get true Renewal by Andersen windows and doors is by contacting us directly. We take care of everything from start to finish. And the best part, it's all included in one price. You know you want them. You know your house needs them. Before June 30th, buy one window or door and get the next one 40% off. That's 40% off. And our financing can help make this project more affordable with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. Call before June 30th, 904-795-7400. That's 904-795-7400.
That's going to do it for us today, but we'd be remiss if we didn't embarrass your buddy who's in from Italy. He's in.
Ciao, Alessio! Salute, ciao!
That's going to do it for us today, guys, but make sure that you tune in tomorrow. We're going to have a great show. Fun for First Coast Kids will be here. Author Gaston King. Performances by Stephen Quinn. Rona with the Light Summer Reads. Justin and I will be whipping up some yum-yums. It's going to be fantastic.